This is Earl Amin with the 2020 Foresight Podcast, where CEOs of small to global companies share their insights. It is 6 questions in 9 minutes because top CEOs know how to listen and be concise. So let's get to it. First of all, welcome. And in just a few sentences, tell us who you are and what you do.
Well, thanks for having me on the show, Earl. My name is Steve Benson, and I am the CEO of Badger Maps. And what Badger does is, for those of you that aren't familiar, we help field sales teams organize their time in the field. So routes, leads, focus on the right customers, things like that. And the company is about 10 years old.
Okay, very good. Well, tell me this. What is the best thing about being the CEO of your company, Steve?
Well, I think the best thing is that for me personally, and I guess it's different for everybody, but for me, I really enjoy solving people's problems and helping them perform better. So my background was in sales, and so I understood the problems and challenges that salespeople face, and specifically field salespeople. And as a result, I think knowing and having lived the problems, because that was my background as well, in early in my career, having lived the problems and challenges that I've solved for people with software is really valuable and rewarding to me. And that's I really enjoy that. And the other thing that I guess, honestly, the thing that I like the best is the mentorship and the ability to grow the employees and people at the company and kind of build a community that we all work together and accomplish the goals that we set out for ourselves.
Interesting. Very good. Well, I'm sure in your long and illustrious career that you have come across CEOs, as I have certainly, that have expressed that leading their team and being able to see the road ahead can be a challenge. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, I think seeing the road ahead is definitely a challenge. And as if this year, 2020 and 2021 have taught us anything, it's that predicting the future is hard, and that seeing around corners is hard, and that sometimes the 1% probability thing that could happen that is negative, maybe, or positive, will actually happen. And so we have to be prepared for all those things and be able to react and deal with them as they come. But yeah, I think that's one of my big lessons, and I think that you kind of have to sit and think about these challenges that are ahead, so that you're able to hit the curveballs that come your way. And a part of that is being prepared. A part of that is building the right team around you. A lot of that is understanding the past and looking at history and understanding what challenges people in business or other areas have faced in the past and how they overcame those things.
Indeed. True enough. Well, let me ask you this now. With that understanding, what piece of insight do you want to share with other CEOs?
Well, there were a few things that come to mind here. The first is that there's nothing more important than the customer and focusing on truly solving their problems, getting to know them, looking for other problems that you can solve for them, knowing their businesses inside and out, I think is one of the most important things as a CEO. I think that you want to get, on the ground in front of your customers. You want to visit your best customers. I think a lot of CEOs don't spend enough time meeting personally with their customers. One thing that I did to do more of that was that I actually went on a 2-month road trip around America, just visiting customers every day, and I circled nearly the whole country. I didn't make it to the deep south. I didn't make it to the northwest, but everywhere else I made it to, and I would visit a handful of customers. 5 customers in this city and 4 customers in that city. But every day, and after I would do all my meetings for the day, I would drive 3 hours or so to the next city. I did that for 2 straight months, and it was one of the most valuable things I could do, I think.
Indeed. So tell me, along your journey, what other successful CEOs like yourself would you like to acknowledge or give a shout out to? And should be on my podcast?
You know, the one that has probably been the most influential to me isn't necessarily one that everyone's heard of, but it's Jason Lemkin, and he was the CEO of EchoSign, which is the old, it's now called Adobe Documents Signatures or whatever. But more people have heard of DocuSign at this point, I think, because EchoSign was rolled into Adobe. But his understanding of how to start a business and grow a business from nothing into something, and the things he's written about. He wrote a book called Impossible to Inevitable. It's just priceless. And he has a fantastic blog, and he does a lot of interviews as well that are on video. Very influential guy for me.
Okay, very good. Thank you for that. And now for the final question, how do you celebrate a win?
I like to celebrate a win that the team has made by hanging out after work as a group, either going and getting some food, or often we'll just hang around the office and like order pizza in and have some beers and play some foosball. But kind of as a group, hanging out and celebrating and just spending time with one another and getting to know each other a little better on a personal level.
Well done. Well done. Well, it's been a pleasure having you on today, Stephen. Tell me, how can people find you?
Best way to get in touch with me is probably through LinkedIn. Just look up Steve Benson, Badger Maps, and I'll pop right up. But yeah, I monitor that account and pretty closely. So yeah, that's the best way. And obviously, if you're in field sales and want to learn more about Badger, the best place is to go to the website, badgermapping.com.
Very good. This is Earl Amin with the 2024 Side Podcast. For more insights, go to LinkedIn and search for The Gray Owl Company. Stephen, thank you very much.
Thank you, Earl.